girls watching TV shows, and some of it's good and some of it blows. And when we finish the movies, yeah, we need a scotch, and we turn to each other and say, what did we just watch? Solo episode. Woo! And we're live. Hi guys. It's just me today. And you're listening to what did we just watch? Solo edition, which is exciting. A little weird, but exciting. We thought that it would be fun to like take some time on like down weeks for us where we're really busy and do some solo episodes and just show you guys some of the content that we personally think is funny or cringe or silly or whatever. So that's what we're going to do today. So welcome. I'm Emma. If you don't know me, welcome to the show. I'm excited to do my first solo episode. I hope it's funny. I feel like Kiana and Emily and I play off each other really well, so I'm hoping that there's some humor here. I don't think my face should be this big, but it is. So anyways, so I'm excited to get started. A couple things I want to do on my solo episodes that I thought would be fun. First thing is just chat about life a little bit. That was a TikTok, I'm sorry. Life's fine. Pretty stressful if I'm being completely honest, and just existing. But I'm excited for the holidays. I just think that I didn't really get a Thanksgiving break. Like I got a break, but like emotionally, mentally, physically, no, for lots of reasons. So I am excited to have a winter break, have a holiday soon. So life's been that. My TV also broke. You can see in the background. I was Zooming with some friends and it just fell right over. So that's a fun treat for me to deal with. So yeah, that's just life, you know. It can't always be perfect. It certainly isn't. But I'm here. I'm vibing. I'm excited to show you two things. The other thing I wanted to do was have a song that I've been really into recently, because I thought that would be fun for my solo episodes. One song that I've been playing nonstop is called Hold Back Love. That's why I'm looking down on my phone, by the way. It's called Hold Back Love by the Dusk Whales. The Dusk Whales is like a local Virginia band, and I saw them at the Meridian. Our college had a little like location, like a music concert location, really small little place called the Meridian, and they came and played a bunch of times there, and they're just incredible. It blows my mind that they're not famous yet. Not that they have to be famous to like produce good art, but they're just so good. Like they make every song they've ever put out is just top tier. So Hold Back Love, all their discography is really good. Sorrowful Mysteries is awesome. That's an album I really like. But Hold Back Love and their new album that they just put out, maybe it's an EP, is also really good. So if you want something to bop to, go ahead, check that out. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna get started. I'm excited for today because we are gonna watch a video that kind of established some importance in my life. And I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but when I give you a little bit more context, maybe it'll come to light if you know me. You might have heard of the website Clickhole. The Clickhole is kind of like a website full of satire. They have like stupid videos, articles, stuff that just pokes fun at the world, and honestly can just be absurd. And I love Clickhole. I have many a good Clickhole recommendation. Love Clickhole quizzes. And one of the videos I'm going to share with you today is from none other than Clickhole. And this video is important for a lot of reasons. It's just top tier as far as Clickhole goes. But it also established my Twitter username and my Finsta username. The other day, the reason I'm doing this episode actually is because Brianna, my friend Brianna, texted me the other day and was curious why my Finsta was named and my Twitter were like had that username. And I was like, oh boy, do I have a video for you. So today we're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna recount it with you and just give you some insight on why it was so transformative for me as a college student. And 4 years later, today, something that I hold dear to my heart, and kind of how this came to be. It's a little bit of my identity now. I don't think I'm ready to let it go. So I'm gonna share the screen with you and show you guys, but I'm gonna mute it and I'll do some narrations on top because it's a short enough video where that's possible. Um, and I hope you guys, and then I'll talk a little bit about it and how my username came to be. So I'm sorry. I love how I can just literally talk about whatever I want. Like, I have that power, and it's a little bit scary if I'm being honest. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen with you guys. Mic needs to be picked up. I've noticed my mic is like pretty bunk the past few episodes. Like, I sound like I'm screaming, and I promise you I am not screaming. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. This doesn't have a title, but the caption on it says, "This is a heartwarming lesson about family and money." So let's take a look. Let me make this full screen so you guys can get the full experience. We start off with a shot of it's a cartoon, by the way, and there's a mustached man holding up a hammer with blood, and he's gleefully like smiling, and behind him there's a dead horse with like blood and bones. This is all cartoon, by the way. And the caption says, "There once was a man named Trelf who worked hard slaughtering horses." Oh God. Okay, hold on. Here we go. At the Chef Boyardee factory. Okay. And now it says, after many days, Trelf finally saved up a small sum of money. And he says, 20 krone. I shall use this money to surprise my wife and 3 children with a trip to the circus. And then the kids say, we have never been to the circus before. I wish that they will hang an elephant. I wish to eat a candy egg from the eggmonger. There are 3 little triplets. And then there's also a picture of an older looking woman. She's short. She's kind of stout. And that's Trelf's wife. And Trelf's wife says, I wish to stay home and tend to my washing. Now we have another shot, and Trelf and his children are walking together to the circus. And the caption says, Trelf and his 3 merry cubs marched proudly to the circus, singing hymns of thanksgiving to their creator above. And they sing, we praise our God who is big and squirts blessings from his breasts into our eyes. As you do. Classic hymn of Thanksgiving. Sang that with my family this year as well. Now they're at the circus, and we have a shot of Trelf looking into his wallet with panic in his eyes. And there's an angry bouncer in front of the circus door, and it says, yet once they arrived, Trelf discovered that the 20 krone was missing from his wallet. Uh-oh. And he says, my krone, where could they be? And then it cuts to another image of Trelf's wife and an old man on her lap, and they're at a casino doing a slot machine. And the caption says, sadly, Trelf's wife had taken his 20 krone and gone to the casino. The wife says, I'm going to hit the jackpot and skip town with my 90-year-old boyfriend, Lamar. And Lamar says, the little boyfriend on her knee, the little old man says, Lamar. And Trelf looks down, he's crying in this shot. And it says, without money, Trelf would have no choice but to tell his children the crushing news. Unless, so it says unless, and a little light bulb pops up in Trelf's head, which is awesome. Maybe he has a solution. Let's see what happens. And now we see Trelf hidden in a recycling bin or a trash can. Just his eyes just at the top, slivers peeking out. And it says, Trelf hid in a trash can until his children died. of old age, and he never had to face their disappointment. And then it shows a little clip of Trelf's 3 children turning from little boys to skeletons. And then we cut to a little message that says, "Nice things happens to those who wait for decades," which is a little nice message. And that's lessons from Clickhole. And that's my video for you today. If you're watching the video version, you got to see all of that in its glory. If you're just listening, I hope I described it well enough for you. So I watched this video like, I want to say 4 years ago, because I'm just a Clickhole fan, just like Clickhole, stupid. And I watched this video and I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen, for lots of reasons. And we'll go through the plot in a second. So, we'll start off with Trelf. So Trelf works really hard all day slaughtering horses at the Chef Boyardee factory. And I thought that was really important because Trelf, I mean, he's a working man, you know, like he has an honorable job bringing Chef Boyardee to Americans like me and other kids around the world alike. I mean, we don't know. Trelf could have slaughtered the horse that was in the Chef Boyardee can, that was in that famous Chef Boyardee commercial. So like, we just have to like take a second and give some props to Trelf for really doing a job that not all of us have the stomach to do. So he's slaughtering horses at the Chef Boyardee factory, and he earns his 20 krone, as you should, as Trelf deserves, for slaving away all day at the Chef Boyardee factory. So he gets his 20 krone, and now he gets some excitement. He wants to take his kids to the circus, and he has 3 cute little boys, and they're so excited to go to the circus. They want to see an eggmonger. I'm not really quite sure what an eggmonger could be, but I'm excited for the prospects. It seems like it could just only be interesting. We also want to see an elephant get hanged. I'm not quite sure if I agree with the child about watching an elephant get hanged, but they seem passionate about going to the circus. So I'm excited that Trelf is wanting to bring them there and kind of reward them. It seems like they've never been before. And then we see the wife, and that's the first appearance of the wife. And she talks about how she wants to stay home and tend to the washing, which, no offense to the wife, but when your hubby earns 20 krone to go to the circus and like wants to take you out, I guess she might be an introvert. Like maybe she likes staying home. She just wants to do the washing. And we find out later that she's having an affair. So that might be a good indicator of like, oh, like that's why she wants to stay home. But upon first watch, I'm like, oh, she just wants to stay home and chill. That's cool. Trelf will take his kids to the circus. No big deal. So we go to the circus. Trelf and his sons are singing that glorious hymn about the sun squirting. We're squirting something from the sun into our breasts. The eyes of the sun. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's a merry tune. Something that I thought when I was first watching this Clickhole was like, what tune was that song to? Was it like a Mary Had a Little Lamb vibe? Was it like a original composition? That's a question I'd love to have answered by this. So they're singing happily. They're walking to the circus, and when we get to the circus, Trelf does not have his 20 krone. So like, let's just think about it for a second. You worked hard at the Chef Boyardee factory all day long, slaughtering horses. You are excited. Your 3 boys have never been to the circus, so like they're excited. You sang like songs on the way there. Like the hype is already at like 5,000%. Like these kids could not be more excited to be at the circus. And then your money disappears. So like, how are you going to buy the tickets? Like, how are you going to get inside? So we have to put ourselves in Trelf's shoes for a second and just really critically think, like, how would Trelf be feeling? And I would just be like, I would be so anxious because of all the reasons stated before. Like, I can't provide this fun experience for my kids after promising them and hyping them up. It's like that episode of The Office, Scott's Tots, where he promises to pay all their college tuition, and then he, like, didn't expect to actually do it. So when the time came, he was like, oh crap, how am I going to do this? Except for that Trelf actually was going to take them. Unlike Michael Scott, he genuinely had full intentions of taking his kids to the circus. But no matter. Um, so we can imagine the anxiety point that's going on in Trelf's head. Like, he's overwhelmed. What is he going to do? And then this is when we drop the hottest piece of information. His wife, who apparently wanted to stay home and tend to the washing, ran off with the 20 Krone and hit the slots with her hot boyfriend Lamar. And so she was like, I'm skipping town to like hang out with my hot boyfriend Lamar. And Lamar says the most insightful thing that we've heard all day. Lamar says, Lamar. And I don't even think I need to elaborate on why that's important, you know. He said what needed to be said. When I first saw that Trelf's wife was cheating on him with Lamar and took the 20 Krone, I was shocked. I was truly blown away. I had assumed that maybe the kids had taken it or like he dropped it. Like, and this is the thing with Clickhole is you like truly never know where it's gonna go. I had no clue. Like, I thought maybe like they would have to go home to the wife who was like tending to her washing and like something crazy was going to happen then. Like, I had no clue where the story was going. But when I found out that the wife took the money, I was genuinely shocked. And I was even more shocked that she had an old boyfriend named Lamar. Um, so here's the dilemma I'm in with this part of the video is like half of me is like, okay, like Trelf really wanted to take his kids to the circus. He must be so anxious and disappointed, blah, blah, blah. The other half of me is kind of like, go off. Like, I'm kind of here for the wife stealing this man's money and running off with her hot boyfriend to the slots and like living it up. Because it seems like he had no interest in taking her to the circus anyways. Like, I'm like curious. I want to know a little bit more. I need a little bit more context of their relationship. Like, were they already having marital problems when Trelf wanted to go to the circus? Um, like, when did Lamar come into the picture? You know, like, I need to have a little bit more context. The half of me is kind of like, go off, like, take the bag and run, you know, like, live your life. So I'm not really sure where I stand on here, but all I can say is that I was genuinely shocked that it happened. I was shocked. Which puts Trelf in a pickle, going back to the video. So now Trelf, ready to take his kids to the circus, his money was stolen, his wife's off with Lamar, like, he doesn't know that actually, which kind of makes it funnier. He has absolutely no clue. All he knows is the money's gone. Um, and so he's like, oh my God, how am I going to tell my kids, you know, this huge disappointment? And then this is the best part of the whole video. It's called a Clickhole lesson for a reason. And we learned the biggest lesson today. He gets the light bulb and it says unless, and then he realizes if I just hide in the trash can for the next 10 years till my kids die, I actually don't have to tell them about this disappointment. Like, I can just avoid this social interaction together. And I think that's an important lesson to learn. As a woman with social anxiety, the thought of telling these kids, like letting them down easy after you've built something up so much, is honestly overwhelming. And there have been situations where I've been the Trelf, where I'm like, I'm just gonna ignore this and it'll go away. I can't tell you that that's good advice, but I can tell you that it's advice you might want to take. Because as the Clickhole told us, good things happen to those who wait decades. And Trelf might not have a wife. He might not have a job also because he waited for like 10 years. He doesn't have children anymore, and he also doesn't have money, but he avoided an interaction that would be unpleasant to him. And I think that says a lot about Trelf. I think that really shows what kind of a man he is. Nosey's in the background, sitting by my broken TV. Hi, Nose. Um, I think Nosy agrees also about, you know, if you're just to wait things out, it'll go away. So if you're having a fight with your friend or your parents, all you gotta do is just hop in a trash can, wait it out for 10 years, wait till they die, and then you're good, you're set, you know, and you can avoid those interactions. Your ex is texting you, don't worry, hop in a trash can, wait till your ex dies or until the problem disappears, and you're safe, you're good. You know, you don't have to worry about it. And that's the beauty of this Clickhole lesson. I think we can learn a lot from Trelf. Um, Hard work doesn't always pay off. Like, we thought, you might have thought this was a tale of like, someone working hard. Like, if you work hard enough, you get what you want. But he really didn't get anything he wanted. He, in fact, lost everything. So hard work doesn't always pay off. And if we avoid our problems, it's good. If we avoid our problems, nothing bad's going to happen, except you might lose everything. So take from that what you will. I'm not sure my therapist would approve of any of that advice that Clickhole or Trelf in his journey, or what I just said. So maybe don't do any of that. But I hope you were able to enjoy this. So let me bring back why this Clickhole video had such a I don't know, impact on my life. I just thought it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. And I sent it to all my friends. I made all my friends watch it. I think they all thought it was absurd, but I don't think anyone found the charm in the story like I did. And I just it was just in my head. I don't remember what my old username on Twitter or my Finsta used to be. I genuinely don't remember. It's probably Socks. I like Star Trek a lot. It was probably something with Spock or something like that. When I saw this video, everything changed. I was like, this is so hilarious. And like I said, none of my friends found the charm in it. And one day I was on Twitter. I was like, okay, I really want to change my username. Partly just because and for my Finsta, it's something that I don't need everyone in the world seeing, or people that I don't want my employers to search up Emma Chacon and find my Twitter or find my Finsta, just for privacy's sake. So I was trying to think of a new username. I guess mine were Emma or something, something that identified me. So I was trying to think of a new username. And I saw Kyle Hall's old Twitter username. It used to be just_ABBA. And I thought that was the most subtle but creative thing in the entire world. I was like, that's hilarious. I love that. And he tweeted about just ABBA, literally mostly about ABBA while he had that username. He did retire it, unfortunately, but it was well loved, and Kyle still appreciates ABBA, so it's a winner's game here. But I saw that just with the underscore, and I really latched onto that. I thought that was funny. So when I started to make my Twitter more private, and I put my Finsta, I was changing the username, I had that. So I was just underscore, but I couldn't think about something. Kyle was so passionate about ABBA that he was willing to make his whole username about ABBA, and I couldn't think of something that I was that passionate about, which is so funny because I go on these binges and hyper focus sessions of random things. So I'm surprised I couldn't think of anything, but then it hit me. I was like, oh shit, this video is perfect because it means so much to me and it means so little to everyone else. So I took the 20 Krone I took the just underscore from Kyle Hall. I took the 20 Krone from this Clickhole video, and I went, whoosh, and now I have just 20 Krone. This has a lot of importance to me, and I haven't thought about it because I don't think anyone questions it, because I just be doing weird shit. But then when Brianna asked me the other day, I was like, wow, this might be good for my solo episode to let you get a slice of my life. I don't know what it says about me that I place so much importance on this absolutely nonsense Clickhole video, and that I will continue to do that for the rest of my life. Do with that what you will. Don't judge me as a person. But it is funny. I think it's hilarious. And if you are ever in the hankering for a good Clickhole rec, I have a bunch of favorites that I'd love to share with you. So this one included. You might want to watch for yourself. The music doesn't add too much to it, but I think the story and the pictures what might move you. So let me know if you're interested. I'll link that down in the description below for you guys. All right, so I'm going to wrap up with my rating, and I think that I'm going to rate this a 10 out of 10. I know I'm so biased because this video has had such an impact on my life. both morally, but also just within my usernames. I just think that the whole construction is perfect. We have an interesting storyline that gives us a twist at the end. We get a lesson out of it. The animation's wonderful. The text is Comic Sans, so we're like top tier graphic design here. And it's really just a heartwarming tale it's a short tale. Like, you could watch it a few times. You could watch it at the beginning of a day for a pick me up. So it really is something special. And I think that um, for what it is, it's a perfect piece of content, and I don't really have anything to criticize about it. So 10 out of 10 for a heartwarming tale about a man and his 20 Krone. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up. Let me know and let us know if you guys like the solo episodes. If it's just a lot of me talking, and when I edit this, I'm sure I'm gonna hate the sound of my voice, and it's just not your thing, let us know. We're curious. Um, but yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will be back, all three of us, in the next week. We're going to finish up. We have a couple more Christmas movies that we are ready to watch and give our thoughts on. So excited for that. Subscribe on everything. Give us a listen, give us a watch on our YouTube. And we'll see you next week on what did we just watch? Bye.